Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Niara Alexis. I cover hair, makeup, a little bit of lifestyle and luxury. And today is for my beginners. I'm gonna be talking all about cream bronzer and how I like to apply it, what I used to apply it, all that stuff. So if you need some help with that, then just keep watching. Summertime is typically the time where you see more people talking about bronzer and whatnot. I do just want to have a disclaimer that if you hear something, it's a dishwasher over there. I forgot, I just had turned it on. This is the NARS Laguna cream bronzer and I use shade number 5. I will say I do like this bronzer, but if you are darker than me, I feel like you might have a difficult time with it because this is the darkest shade that they carry. So to apply bronzer, I like to use a more stiffer brush that it's soft, but as you can see, like the bristles are like kind of like tightly packed, like it's not flimsy. Whereas like say if it was a brush like this, you know, it's very flimsy, whereas this I can't really do that. I would suggest a brush like this if you were using a powder bronzer, but I personally like cream bronzer and that's what we are talking about today. You want to have majority of your product back here by the top of your ear, and it should gradually fade out as it comes in. It shouldn't be coming any further in though than right here. Like if it shouldn't be reaching your lip, girl. No, you are not a cartoon character, okay? So I'm gonna start back here. As you can see, like there's a good concentration of color, and I'm gonna start to bring it in and bronze. Now I picked up a lot and I know that, so if you do happen to pick up a lot of products and you just want to work with what you have on your face right now, I always keep a paper towel right by me when I'm doing my makeup. I'm just wiping off whatever excess that I have on this brush right now, and then that just allows me to go in to just work with what I have on my face instead of adding more of what's on this brush. I personally feel like your bronzer, your blush, and your highlight should all be a throuple. Should be a happy blended family, okay? They should all sort of marry together, and a way that I like to do that is using the same brush for all three of them, because what's a better way to marry the products together than using the same brush to apply them? That's just how I think. So as we can see, we blended that out. Now with cream bronzer specifically, I like to lay this down while my face is wet, meaning you're not applying any setting powder or anything like that before you put your blush down or your bronzer down. And usually when I'm using a cream bronzer, I will typically use a cream blush and a cream highlight as well, because I feel like creams work well together and powders work well together. Can I talk? So if I was using a powder bronzer, I would probably lean more towards a powder blush and a powder highlight, and vice versa. I also like to bring it up to my temples though a little bit too, so don't be afraid to go up there. But obviously if you're new and you just want to, like, you know, be a little bit more, you know, subdued, do that. You always want to make sure you're stopping while you're doing your makeup to look back and see what does your face look like. I want to make sure that this side of my face matches this side. I can't have hella bronzer over here and just a little bit over here. So you want to stop, assess what you have going on here. Do I need to add more over here? Do I need to blend more over here? Like you gotta pay attention to that, and that's just with makeup in general. Now I'm gonna take some on my brush too, and I'm just gonna go on my forehead. Now for me, my forehead is a little tricky because my forehead is naturally a little bit darker up there, so I don't really have to apply as much. But one thing you do want to do is make sure you get in that hairline, girl, okay? Now if you wear the lace fronts or whatever, I don't know what to tell you because that's not my ministry, but you want to get into that hairline. You don't want it to be like bronzer and then like no bronzer, and it just looks weird. It looks like you have a mask on. Get into that hairline so that everything blends. And if you're like me where your eyebrows almost connect to your hairline, it's okay if you bring it like a little bit by the brows. It's okay, girl. It's okay. We just hairy. Okay, so now you see like my bronzer is kind of coming down lower. It's kind of shortening my forehead. To combat that, we're gonna do a few different things, but this is the brush that I was using to blend out my concealer. There's still concealer on here, so I'm just gonna go on that line where I can see like that bronzer and concealer are meeting and just kind of blend upwards a little bit to make it a little bit more natural. And when I apply my setting powder and all that stuff, it kind of blends together. And that is how I apply my bronzer. All right, y'all, so this is how our look turned out with our bronzer. Like, you see how my cheek, how I was telling you, like the bronzer, the highlight, the blush all needs to kind of marry together. Yeah, that's what I was, yes. So that's our final look for today. I will link the bronzer I used below. If there's any other techniques that you guys are like, I'm a beginner girl, I need help, whether it be blush, eyeshadow, whatever it may be, leave a comment below, let me know, and I'll definitely try to get to it for you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.